Brazil is home to 60% of the Amazon rainforest, and approximately 30% of the Amazon is found in Peru, but the remainder is spread out over 7 other South American countries, which are Colombia, Venezuela, French Guiana, Guyana, Ecuador, and Bolivia. Each of these countries claims portion of the Amazon rainforest. To call the Amazon rainforest big would be a gross understatement. In fact, the Amazon consists of 1.4 billion acres that compose 54% of all the remaining tropical rainforests on Earth. If the Amazon were a country, it would be the 9th largest country in the world. The source of life for the Amazon rainforest, the Amazon River, begins in the Andes Mountains of Peru and flows eastward across the South American continent until it enters the Atlantic Ocean in Belém, Brazil. The Amazon River is the largest river by discharge volume of water in the world and the disputed longest river in the world with 6,575 km in length.
Hello everyone, this is me, Fatin Nur Aina binti Faldili, your cheerful speaker today with the matric number 154365, and I'm from group 48 LSP300. Back to the main topic today. Speaking of Amazon River, I am unequivocally sure and reckon every one of you would be so scared to get venture yourself in the Amazon River. So do I. But surprisingly, this is not applicable on Stafford. On 9 August 2010, he was the first person ever to have walked the entire length of the Amazon River and had been awarded the Guinness World Record for this kind of action. But who is Stafford? Edward James Stafford, known as Stafford, born on 26 December 1975, is a British explorer. Stafford was born in Peterborough, Cambridgeshire, England, and raised in Leicestershire. He was adopted as a baby by Barbara and Jeremy Stafford, who were both residents in Leicestershire, and was educated at Uppingham and was a cub and a scout in Leicestershire. And he graduated with a BSc in Geography from Newcastle University in 1997. On September 1998, Stafford joined the Royal Military Academy status and managed to graduate as a second lieutenant in the British Army. He then spent 4 years in the Devon and Dorset Regiment, rising to the rank of the captain before leaving the army in 2002. I think this is where he gets his mental and physical toughness, since many of those who serve the country are quite impressive when it comes to being among the strongest people in the world. Then, Stafford and his best friend Lucoya embarked on 2 April 2008, leaving the Pacific Ocean in southern Peru. At first, Stafford felt that the journey to explore the Amazon rainforest would take about a year, but his assumption was wrong. At one point in Peru, a group of indigenous communities arrested and imprisoned Stafford and his friend on suspicion of being an animal killer before being released after 48 hours of detention. Lucoya then returned home after only 3 months of traveling with Stafford because he thought that this mission was impossible and shouldn't be continued for personal safety. However, Stafford still wanted to continue this expedition through the jungle before meeting a Peruvian forest ranger worker, Sanchez Rivera.
After being persuaded, 31-year-old Sanchez Rivera was ready to help him as a guide and accompany him to the finish line. Along the way, Stafford and Sanchez Rivera had to deal with piranha, anaconda snakes, waffles, flood related strains, and bitten by thousands of mosquitoes and infectious diseases. They also need to be careful not to fall prey to gaming crocodiles that are up to 18 feet long.
For 2.5 years, Stafford did not give up. About 85 kilometers away from the finish line, Stafford fainted due to extreme fatigue. However, he continued his journey after resting for several hours.
Arriving at the finish line, Stafford and Sanchez Rivera then ran towards the Atlantic Ocean off the coastal Brazil Strait, which is the end of the Amazon River cruise. All the wonderful experiences and difficult moments of being the first human to walk down the Amazon River have been recorded in a volume entitled Stafford Walking the Amazon.
During this dangerous mission, he found that many forest trees were cut down, thus causing him to understand more deeply about his role in protecting the Amazon and working to overcome the problem of the climate change. As he said, I was told I was going to die, however, I didn't die. I am now here. I proved that if you want something, you can do it. He's admitted that early on his exploring was a way to prove himself. There was a bit of an egoist in him. Others say it sounds like as he wanted to show the world what he could do. But as he grew older, he realized that proving himself wasn't quite as important. But after all, we must agree that he's a tough guy. There is no doubt about that.